Sorry. Need your eggs. Preserved organs. Hope their donors weren't forced to give them up. This crystal must go here. All crystals in place. Show me what you got. Just need to pick.
Observation. In addition, whether this is a...
Seen enough. Quite the library. Mostly tomes on mutations and genetics. Point going in wearing full gear. Gotta drop my armor, leave my weapons. No point going in wearing full gear. Gotta drop my armor, leave my weapons. Professor's mutagens might work on me as they did on his son. Well, time to find out. poor cell for portals. Feels dead. Maybe a sign will revive it.
Let's go!
Come on now.
I think I'm catching something.
You'll not find work here. Not paying work. I liked you from the start. Every Witcher I've known has been a...
Oh,
Welcome to Beauclair, City of Love.
I need good victuals, rations.
Hey there, little lamb.
voyages.
How much for your wool?
A lot, and treble for you.
Hey, I'm called the Sea Serpent.
Because you're slimy and have got 2 teeth, no doubt.
Ah! Ah!
Together loves. It's no love.
Ooh!
rather be an eagle than...
Welcome home, sir. I am Barnabas Basil Faulty. By order of the Duchess, I shall serve you as Major Domo of Corvo Bianco. I previously served with distinction at the Nibli family manor and in Nazaire with Admiral Rompali, who, as you are certain to know, is...
Whoa, Barnabas Basil. One thing you ought to know. I'm not your typical landed gentleman. Truth be told...
Oh, in that case, you must leave it all to me.
Great. Can already see I'm in... Vineyard comes across as a place with a rich history. Know who owned it before me?
Baron Rossel, who went bankrupt, forcing him to sell the estate.
He was actually a headsman?
No, not him, but his great-great-great-great-grandfather. Indeed, he never hesitated, not once. Monsieur Bolius, on the other hand, was an engineer in... Sadly,
Shame that. He gave up making wine?
Not at all. He made even more...
Mind giving me a little tour?
Not in the least. Behold, sir, your estate in all its splendor.
Pretty vast.
Indeed. And now, sir, allow me to show you a handful of interesting details. Follow me, please.
Been a major domo all your life?
Yes, I come from a long line of major domos. My father was a major domo, as was my grandfather before him, as was my great aunt. In fact, she was the one to start the tradition.
Great aunt?
A hard woman. It is said that already as a child, she knew where she was going and went there. When she arrived in Beauclair, she signed on as a chambermaid at one of the vineyards, then slowly worked her way up to Major Domo. She dragged the rest of the family up the same path. The servants' quarters. I occupy the green home. With the Duchess's permission, I have hired a full staff. Their salaries to be paid from the ducal treasury.
Nice of her.
Not the most sightly part of the estate, I admit. But I think it's worthwhile for you as master of the domain to know where the help stays. Baron Rossel ordered the vines in this part of the estate uprooted and olive groves planted in their place. They look beautiful, especially come spring.
Don't look at all bad now, either.
Down below lies your vineyard, where we grow a strain of Carfanere, one of the world's oldest. Aged in oak barrels, it provides for an exquisite wine with distinct blackberry, wild cherry, plum, and cinnamon notes. Marvelous.
Have to try it one of these days.
Love, youth, adventure.
Nice well. Picturesque.
Yes, though it ran dry long ago. During the raucous feasts Master Bolius held, he would order it filled with wine. There's a tale about a guest attending a Bolius ball for the first time and thus unaware of the custom. He had suffered great heartbreak and had decided to end his life by jumping into the well. The festivities were coming to a close, and the well was nearly empty when the suicidal guest finally jumped. Instead of killing himself, he merely broke his legs. To numb the pain, he drank the wine.
Drank himself to death?
Not at all. When found the next day, he had concluded he'd witnessed twin miracles. The water had been changed into wine, and he had survived. he retired to a monastery in the Dragon Mountains and began preaching the wisdoms of Lebioda.
A rich fella.
Monsieur Boleus' wife Nina kept a garden here. A supremely lovely place it was.
Bit neglected now.
I agree. Yet nothing stands in the way of restoring it to its former glory, and once again planting it with herbs and other vegetation. Madame Nina planted diminutive, delicate flowers and herbs here. One might say their aroma still hangs in the air.
You're quite the romantic, Barnabas Basil.
Follow me, please.
I'd rather be an eagle than a quail. Yes, I should. If I only could, I truly would.
Monsters are your catnip. Lettuce mine!
This served as an additional wine cellar in years of plentiful harvests.
Bit of work, and it'll make a fine stable for Roach.
I once had a girl.
Even a horse drops if you ride it at a constant gallop.
The cellars, voila. During Monsieur Boleus' time, wine was kept here, but Baron Rossel used it to store olive oil as well. I took the liberty of cleaning up the mess, which...
I made while fighting the Bruxa. Thanks, Barnabas Basil. Appreciate it.
Cheap shenanigans. I can't see a thing through these cataracts.
As you can see, the facade is, how to put it, slightly stained. But one cannot deny it, a certain subtle southern charm.
True, though it could use a bit of subtle paint.
And welcome inside. On the left is the master bedroom. On the right, the dining hall.
Not a bad idea.
With that, sir, you've seen the full lay of the land. Corvo Bianco is a beautiful... Forgive me for being forward, but if you were to choose to invest a small sum towards its...
Think I'll take you up on that. Be sure to come and see. Mentioned the place could stand to be spruced up.
Almost decidedly, sir. The question is...
Been thinking about the outer walls. Maybe a...
If I might dare to make a suggestion, why not? Not only did the residents posit...
It's in your hands then. Make the place shine.
I shall get highly skilled at what they do. Is there anything...
Got these space...
Oh, yes! The way I see things...
My armor needs work from time.
Admiral Rompali, what...
Good. Order me...
Immediately, sir. Will you be needing...
In my trade...
Of course.
Then send out for one...
Of course. I shall... Will you be needing anything?
Start...
I agree.
Starting to really like this.
I agree.
Starting to really like...
I agree. Yet I...
Vineyard comes.
Baron Rossel.
He was actually a headsman?
No, not him. Sadly,
Shame that.
not at all.
Thanks. Gotta get back.
How might I be?
Starting to.
I agree.
Thank. Renovations coming along all right, Barnabas?
Superbly, sir. General refurbishment has been completed. And I took the liberty of adding 2 racks, each upon which you might hang weapons and armor. If you've some pieces you'd like to display. In often use, the laborers dust...
If you say I should see it, I'll...
Eat something. Nourish yourself. You knit color. You look horrid.
I've lots to do before it gets dark.
Strange. Something behind this wall, I think. A laboratory. Must have been an alchemist at one time.
Head to the pheasantry. They'll put some meat on you.
BB.
A laboratory? Alchemy? I know nothing of it.
It is. It was walled up. Equipment. Whoever it was sure knew their stuff, though.
Forgive me, sir, but I...
Just saying, it's top-notch
Then I am all the more delighted.
Starting to really
As you wish, sir. Shall we see to the house or the grounds this time?
Starting to get into this whole renovating thing.
What a splendidly wide...
So, sometimes I have to brew a potion, but...
Well, you're in luck, sir.
Good idea, Barnabas Basil.
The idea is yours, sir. Will you be needing anything else?
You know, Roach...
Oh, a sturdy stable.
My Roach deserves the best.
I shall get to work at once. Yet finding... Will you be needing anything?
Feels like...
Indeed,
Was wondering about the...
Oh, but that is immaterial. All...
Yeah.
I can tell a man... Is there anything...
Along...
I agree.
Yes. Just please...
It goes without... By this time... Is...
Let's put...
Not the slightest...
Renovations coming along all right?
You ought to be the final judge of that, sir. Yet,
Starting to really like this.
as you wish, sir.
Feels like
I agree thoroughly.
thinking.
Excellent.
Great.
True indeed. Is there anything...
Could use.
I know of a carpet...
Fine.
Of course, at once. Is there anything... with the...
Thanks. Renovations coming along all right?
I am delighted to inform you we have completed... You must forgive me my temerity, sir, but I thought, with all the work on Corfo Bianco completed, and
Sure, why not?
during the tidying that... And then he ran straight into the crowd, burning bouquet in hand. All thought it a part of the performance, so they only laughed, even when the decor began to catch fire. It was not until the flames in...
Sounds like Monsieur Bolius and Madame Nina threw some first-rate balls here.
It was so. In this regard...
So tell me, Barnabas Basil, what's the wine situation like here? Am I gonna produce any this year?
This year is out, I fear, sir. Last autumn, a fungus destroyed all the vines. Baron Rossel had new ones planted.
That'd be bad.
Isn't it, though? Allow me...
Thanks.
You smell that? Those
Even a horse
sounds of
drops if you ride it at a constant gallop.
Who would have thought? Knights trading in wine.
I'd rather be an eagle than a quail.
If they would just
Yes,
take
I
to work as they
should.
take to dancing.
If I only could, I truly would.
Even a horse drops if you ride it at a
Ow!
constant gallop.
I'd rather be an eagle than a quail. Yes, I should. If I only could, I truly would.
If they would just take to work as they take to dance and drink.
Smell that? Those are the vapors of Toussaint.
creature from the north's a hardened killer. He's lopped off the head of many a king.
She's small, but do you know any who's not heard of our wines?
Of hooey.
The Dutch is small, but do you know any who's not heard of our wines?
If they would just take to work as they take to dance and drink.
Darn steadily, my Camilek eggs something fierce. Darn steadily, my Camilek eggs something fierce.
The days pass. The pile of work remains the same.
The book of lust is hard and girthy. No one can grip the damn thing.